deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth to get ourselves centered. And to settle into the space and our bodies. Bringing awareness to the mood and the energy of our body. Sensations that we might feel throughout areas of comfort, lightness and strength, as well as areas of discomfort, tension, and perhaps areas that we may need to focus on to release a bit of that tension today. And just with gentle head rolls, we'll lower our heads, chins to chest, slowly starting by rolling the head left to right, maybe shoulder to shoulder, depending on our level of mobility and flexibility. And when and if you're ready, go ahead and circle around if that feels comfortable for you, or continue with left to right motions. Bringing our ear to the shoulder, one side, holding there. Breathing space into the neck, the upper back, and the shoulder. Just a very passive stretch here. And then rolling our heads forward, over to the other side, opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Tall torso, breathing space through the neck and into the upper back. Lowering our chin back to our chest, rolling the head and the shoulders up and back. Bringing our hands onto the front of our shoulders, gently rolling the arms backwards, circular motions. And then we'll rotate forward. Now bringing our arms all the way up over our shoulders, inhaling, reaching high. Go ahead and rotate to one direction, open or closed twist. If you want to press your hand against the knee for a little extra tension here. Gazing over the shoulder, pressing our torsos tall with our fingertips, pressing into the earth. On the next inhale, we'll reach our arms up, coming back to center. Exhale, we lower to the opposite side. Bringing awareness to any areas of discomfort. Good. Inhaling, bringing our arms back over our shoulders. And let's hinge forward. Keeping our sit bones firmly planted to the mat, bringing our hands down, maybe our forearms. Slowly easing into the pose. Noticing what's happening in the lower back, where we might be holding on to all that tension. Seeing what we can let go of. how we can melt a little bit closer to the earth. Checking in with our breath, allowing it to guide the depth of each pose. Noticing even what might be happening in our hips as we hinge forward, actively pressing our knees towards the earth, getting a little bit of flexibility here. On the next inhale, rolling our vertebrae up one at a time, shoulders, neck, and head, bringing our hands back into the center. Rolling our shoulders up and back. Let's change the position of our feet. Opposite foot in the front. Bringing our hands onto the front of the front foot. We'll do some butterflies. So drawing our shoulder blades in and back, rolling the shoulders, lifting our chest. Exhaling, rounding out like a butterfly. Nice rounding of the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling. We draw the shoulder blades in and back, gentle back bend. Exhaling, we round forward, chins to chest. Engaging the shoulder blades and the back muscles. Inhaling. Exhaling, we round forward, gaining a little bit of depth each time and flexibility, fluidity, as we gently warm the spine and all the muscles and ligaments that are attached to it. Flapping our butterfly wings with each breath. Finding a fluid movement that suits our body. Two more. Coming back to center, bringing our left hand onto the earth, up on the fingertips. Right hand comes over our shoulder. We're going to slowly walk our left hand out, coming into a side bend, grounding through the right hip and the sit bone. We're not lifting up, we're actively pressing our knees to the earth, reaching our right arm high over ear, and breathing space through the side body. One more breath. On the exhale, we're going to round forward, hinging over the left knee. On the inhale, we're going to open back up, lifting our right elbow and our right arm. Exhale, we round over the left thigh and hip. Inhaling, we lift. Again, we're activating all the muscles in our backs. Adding this dynamic motion to break into some of the connective tissues. Gentle myofascial release while building muscles in our back. Last motion. Exhaling, bringing our right hand down to the earth. Holding here, we're still grounding through the right hip. Both hands are over to the left side, allowing space to be created and length in the right side body. Feeling this from the upper back and neck, all the way through the right side, the hip, possibly even wrapping around the lower back. Inhaling, we lift our right arm all the way back up. Exhale, we reset back to center. Roll that out. Left hand comes over our shoulder, right fingertips are on the earth, and we slowly walk ourselves, grounding through the left hip. Noticing any difference in the flexibility on each side. Deep breaths in, and on the exhale we round over the right leg. Inhale, we lift the arm all the way back up over the ear, engaging the back muscles, rounding out, and opening, flowing with our breath. Using the strength of our right hand grounded in the earth as leverage. We'll do 2 more. And we'll bring our left hand down to meet the right onto the ground, maybe on the fingertips, holding here, expanding the energy from the left fingers through the left shoulder, down the back, into the left hip and lower back area, breathing space and lightness. I like to visualize the sunshine melting all the tension away. One more breath here. And on the next inhale, we'll bring our left hand up and over. Exhale, releasing down, bringing both hands over our shoulders. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, we hinge forward. Once again, keeping our sit bones firmly planted, bringing our hands or our forearms to the earth for support. And feeling all the yumminess in our hips as all the tension loosens up and melts away. Great. On the next inhale, we'll walk our hands back up, stacking our vertebrae, rolling our shoulders up and back. Let's bring our hands behind our backs, interlacing the fingers, rolling the shoulders, opening the chest, driving the knuckles towards the ground or lifting them as high as they can come. Maintaining our steady rhythm of breath. Last big breath here. Good. And we release the hands. Let's bring our right arm across our chest just to work into the tricep a little bit. We've worked into the front of the arm. Now let's work into the back of it, bringing it across our chest. One more breath. And we'll release that and switch arms, bringing the opposite arm across the chest, gently pressing the upper elbow. Just creating as much tension with the hand as is needed. last big breath here. And we'll release out of that. Oh, very nice. Bringing our right arm out. Hand is facing forward. The palm is facing me. We're just drawing the fingertips back towards the body. Gentle pulses might feel good. Working a little bit in the inside of the forearm. And go ahead and switch hands. Left palm faces out. Pulling gently on the fingertips. Good. And go ahead and just wiggle them around. Wiggle the wrists, wiggle the arms. Yeah. And extending our legs out in front of us. Dandasana staff pose. That'll feel nice on the knees, I'm sure. Once again, ensuring our sit bones are firmly planted and our toes are flexed. Parallel feet. Inhaling, reaching our arms above our shoulders. We're going to exhale, rotating and hinging. Reaching to the sides of our body or behind. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, opposite side. Continuing this motion, inhaling, lifting the torso tall. Exhaling, hinging forward, reaching back. Keeping our feet flexed. Feeling a creation of length and lightness in the back of the legs. Floating to the rhythm of our breath. Activating the Ujjayi breath, not only for guidance, but also for inner peace. Restoring a balance between our nervous and parasympathetic nervous system. And on the next exhale, we're going to keep our hinged forward fold to the side. Holding here, reaching back, gazing back towards the back hand. Keeping our feet flexed, microbend in the knees as needed. And allowing the head to hang heavy, loose, and movable. One more breath here. Inhaling, we reach all the way back up. Exhaling, once again to the opposite side. Reaching back, gazing back. Noticing any pattern of tension between the upper back, the shoulders, and the lower back. And witnessing how those sensations may be transforming with each breath. Inhaling, we reach our arms all the way back over our shoulders. Exhaling, this time hinging forward fold. Both arms come to the legs, either on the outsides, reaching for the feet, whatever feels good. Passive or active stretch option, of course, is to wrap the hands around the feet. Two more breaths. And we slowly roll ourselves back up, stacking our vertebrae one at a time. Go ahead and wiggle out the feet, left and right, big circles, flexing, pointing. That'll feel nice. Good. While we're here, we're going to scooch ourselves over to the right side of the mat. Good. The left foot is going to come in like a seated tree pose. We're going to work on some of our flip dog wild things. The left hand is coming underneath the shoulder, just at the left hip. And slowly we're gonna hinge ourselves upwards, pressing the left shin into the earth, the right foot plants down. We lift our hips, reaching into a back bend. Right arm can come over the face, over the ear, whatever feels good. Opening into the side body, gentle back bend, strengthening through the left arm. Ensuring our glutes are activated to press the hips up. And we'll lower all the way back down. Reset. Staying in this side. On the inhale, we're going to reach up. On the exhale, we'll lower down. So a little bit more dynamic if that suits you today. Option, of course, to hold at the top. So inhaling, either holding or coming all the way back down. Whatever you feel you need today. Maybe more dynamic, maybe more peaceful and restorative. Gaining flexibility as we warm up. Feeling the strength of our left arm. And the goal is for 3 more breaths. Maintaining that steady rhythm of breath through the nose. Last big breath here. Good, and we'll all meet back up. Hug the knees into the chest, the arms are around the back of the thighs. Rounding, drawing the chin to the chest. And inhale, we release out of that, shifting all of our weight over to the left side of the mat. Left leg this time comes long. Right foot tucks in, tree pose. And we're going to set our right hand up underneath our right shoulder. Coming up, this first time we're going to hold for 5 breaths. So inhaling. Pressing the left foot into the earth, the right knee, the glutes engaged, pressing our hips forward, reaching our left arm over our ear, our face, whatever feels comfortable, finding that position. Feeling the energy and strength drawing up from our right arm. And we'll lower back down. And then once again, either dynamic movement or a hold. Inhaling, we reach back up, holding here, or lowering back down on the exhale. Creating mental clarity with our movements connected to our breath, creating strength, and working through a little bit of tension as we break into some of that connective tissue. Gentle back bend, making sure to keep the glutes engaged. We'll do 2 more. And we all reset together, bringing both legs out in front of us, giving them a little wiggle. Inhale, reaching our arms over our shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. This time we pulse, keeping our arms parallel to the floor. Chins are tucked into our chests. Pulsing forward, reaching the hands beyond the feet as possible. Feeling all the vibrations in the back body, likely from the base of the neck, through the lower back, down the back of the legs into the ankles. Option, of course, is to come into a passive forward fold here. Good. And finding stillness, we'll roll ourselves all the way back up, one vertebrae at a time, opening our legs wide, extending them to the edges of the mat, lengthwise this time. Good, and we press ourselves as forward as we can. I often use my hands, one in front, one in back. Good. Excellent. And we're going to start with our feet flexed, so toes are pointed up to the sky. And we're going to keep that as our goal. We don't want to be rolling our entire legs forward. And we'll slowly incorporate our arms. So inhaling, reaching our right arm over our ear, side bend. And we reset, bringing our left arm over our side. And we reset. Let's alternate sides. Floating left to right. Like little windmills blowing in the wind, flowers. One more on each side. And then we'll hold over to one side, reaching the arm over the ear, keeping our toes flexed, pointed up. The inside arm will fall wherever it will naturally, or option to grab onto the big toe, to draw ourselves over to the side a little bit more, making sure that we're keeping our hip and our sit bone grounded. Keeping that upper shoulder and shoulder blade activated as we hold our arm over our heads. Good, and we'll roll our bodies over that same side, extended. Maintaining an erect spine, elongating from the tailbone. Gently hinging over one side, one leg. Maybe feeling this in the inner thigh, down to the knees, so we'd be gentle. I also feel it wrapping around the lower back. May want to reach that same arm to the opposite side of the leg. That gently pressing ourselves up using our hands. That's an intense stretch, so we want to come out of it gently. Good. Maybe wiggling the legs a little bit in between. We're going to bring the opposite arm up. Holding here, letting the inner arm fall where it will naturally, or of course, actively drawing ourselves down. Peace fingers wrapped around the big toe. Reaching our upper arm over the ear and head, creating space in the entire side body. Feet are flexed, pointing up. Good. And go ahead and rotate the torso over that same leg, elongating the spine. The hands will fall wherever it feels natural. Noticing where any areas of extra energy and tension are sitting. Breathing into them, maintaining our steady rhythm of breath. And noticing the rib cage expand laterally. Good. Inhaling, we press ourselves back up. And we bring our legs together, gently releasing them. Staff pose, give them a little wiggle. Great. We're going to roll onto our knees, rock pose. So bringing our feet underneath our glutes. Nice. Good. Starting here. And we're going to bring our left arm under our right, eagling the hands together, pressing them up on the inhale, lowering them on the exhale. Last big breath here. And we'll roll out of that. Good. Bringing our hands behind our back, interlacing once again, rolling the shoulder blades in and down, lifting our chest, gentle back bend, and then lifting our arms. Good. Releasing out of that. Right arm comes under, left arm, palms are together, eagle. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, we lower. Two more. And then we release out of that. Right. Bringing our toes underneath us. Right. And let's bring our hands onto our shoulders, as we did in the very beginning. Rolling backwards and forwards. Changing directions. And now shifting our weight left to right. So heads are facing forward. On the inhale, we shift to one direction. On the exhale, we shift to the other. Side to side. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Engaging the core, feeling this in the lower back. Feeling the balls of our feet light up. Gentle left to right. Two more. Good. Coming back to center, the feet are probably lit up. Inhale, we reach all the way up, arching the lower back. Breathing into our abdomen. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing our hands behind our back one more time, rolling the shoulder blades back, chest lifts, as do the hands. Option here to hold, option to hinge forward, bringing the forehead down to the earth. Lifting our arms, feeling an opening between the arms, across the chest. And go ahead and release the arms back down to the earth. And we press ourselves up into all fours, tapping out the feet. Yay for that. Good. Sip of water. Adjusting as needed. And we'll step up into a down dog. Bringing our toes back underneath our shins once again. Deep breaths in. And on the exhale, we lift our hips up, pressing our heels towards the mat. If it feels good to shift the weight left and right and pedal out the feet, go ahead and do that. We'll take a few breaths here. Lifting up on the balls of the feet and pressing the heels down. Lifting and pressing. Engaging the calf muscles as we lift up. Good. One more. Feeling our heads hanging heavy. And go ahead and wiggle one foot at a time, shifting our weight into the opposite heel, pressing it into the earth. Switching sides. Wiggle, wiggle. Feel the lengthening in the opposite foot. Good. Lifting our left foot off the earth all the way up as high as it'll go. Pressing our weight into the right heel. Drawing energy through our hands and our arms. Go ahead and bend the knee, opening and rotating the hips. Feeling that running from the lower back through the inner thigh. Rotating our hips back to center, we float into a single leg plank. Keeping our left leg elevated. Hands are under our shoulders. We're up on the ball of the right foot. The right quadricep is engaged. Torso is parallel to the floor. Neck is loose. Pressing into our shoulder blades. And let's bring our left knee into our chest. Inhale. Exhale, we press back, single leg down dog, lifting our left leg high. Inhale, plank, left knee to chest. Exhale, extending the left leg, pressing our weight to the right. Inhale, floating back, single leg plank. Exhale, pressing our weight into the right. Floating through this a few more times. Generating power and heat. Floating to the speed of our breath. Two more. Floating into our plank, holding here, extending the left leg under our body's fallen star. We rotate the right foot Firmly planting it, reaching our right arm up to the ear, to the hip, wherever feels most comfortable. Finding somewhere to gaze at, keeping our hips lifted high. Finding the strength of our left arm. Calm strength. Well done. Bringing our right hand back to the earth, pivoting back onto the ball of the right foot. Can hear your effort. Deep breath in. And we exhale, extend the left leg high. Well done. Go ahead and lower the left foot, pedal that out. And we'll repeat, right leg lifts, holding here for a few breaths, pressing our weight into our left heel, feeling the back of the left leg expand and lengthen. Bending the right knee, opening up the hip, stacking the knee on top. Feeling an opening in the lower back and down the thigh. Breathing into it. And we rotate our hips, bringing our knee into our chest. Inhale. Exhale, we extend our right leg high. Inhale, we float forward. Exhale, extend. Generating that power and the length in the back of the left leg. Two more. Floating back into our plank, inhaling, and we extend our right leg underneath the body, fallen star, planting the left foot, reaching up, or bringing the hand to our head, side plank, finding strength in that right arm, lifting our hips, calm, steady rhythm of breath. Working through the wobbles, possibly with an affirmation. I am strong. I am calm. I am peace. Bringing our left hand back to the earth, rotating, pivoting back. Inhale, plank, exhale, extending the right leg long. And we release the right leg to the earth, pedal it out. And then we come down into a child's pose, bringing our knees underneath us, walking our hands out, sinking our hips towards our heels, swaying left to right, or finding stillness if that's preferable. Bringing our awareness back to the breath. Our awareness to our happy place. Congratulating ourselves for making this time for ourselves today. And then drawing ourselves back up into all fours. Hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, curling our toes into the shins, lifting back up into our down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, we lift. Good. Back to the left leg, we lift it high. We gaze forward, coming up on the toes of the right foot, stepping through high crescent lunge. Keeping our hips forward facing, lifting our hands. Arms are reaching over our shoulders, gentle back bend, drawing our thigh muscles towards one another. Equal strength in both legs. Rotating into a warrior two, opening the back leg, lunging the left, and the arms come parallel to the floor. Inhaling, we reach back into our reverse warrior, flipping our front hand. Exhale, we hinge forward, windmilling. Inhale, we reach back. Maintaining our strong lunge. Opening into the side body. Keeping our right glute engaged, pressing the hips forward. We're not swaying our back. Two more. And we hold here in our side angle, reaching our right arm over our ear, opening and expanding the entire right side of the body from the foot all the way up through to the fingertips. Right glute is engaged. We're holding our lunge, supporting our torso with our left arm on our thigh. Good. Rotating our torso over our left leg. Bringing our hands to the earth, we step back into our single leg down dog. Well done. Then we pedal that out. Reset, taking our 3 breaths in between. And on the next inhale, we lift our right leg up. Gazing forward, coming up on the toes of the left foot, we step into our high crescent lunge. Bringing our arms over our shoulders, checking in to see the toes beyond our right knee. Holding here, gentle back bend, opening up the abdomen and the chest. Reaching tall. And then we pivot into our warrior two. Left foot plants. We open up and lower the arms. Keeping our right glute engaged. We've got a strong lunge here. Arms have floated down beneath our ears. And just checking in, we might be holding tension in our jaws or our face. Seeing if we can't let that go. Oh yeah? Rotating our front palm upwards. Inhaling, we reach back, reverse warrior. Exhale, we hinge forward. Repeating this, inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Keeping our lunge, both legs are active and strong. Calm, steady rhythm of breath that we move to, floating through this fluid motion 3 more times. arm, finding the pattern and strength between the left foot, all the way through the side body and up through the left fingertips. Maintaining our lunge. I lost mine a little bit. Keeping our active and dynamic tension on our glutes and our thigh muscles. 2 more breaths. We rotate our torso, planting both hands down to the earth. Left foot is up on the toes. We step through, single leg down dog. And then placing the right foot down to meet the left, pedaling that out. Pressing both heels into the earth. Left hand comes off. We reach towards the right leg, making contact on the right leg wherever is most comfortable. It may be the knee, it may be the thigh or the shin. Once again, drawing energy through the right arm. And maybe feeling this running all the way from the right leg upwards through to the left shoulder blade. Keeping our heads hanging heavy. Breathing space. Creating that space. Melting away the tension. Replacing the left hand back on the earth, the right hand lifts and wraps around the left leg. Once again, checking in, where are we feeling this? It may be the lower back, it may be down the hip, the hamstring, it may even be in the upper back. Let's hold that and melt away the tension. While building strength and inner peace. Good. One more breath here. Bringing our hands back to the earth, lowering our knees, and once again into child's pose. Finding stillness or rocking side to side. Option, of course, to bring the hands under the forehead stacked as fists or flat, whatever, depending on our flexibility. Taking a moment to reflect on the energy and the mood of our bodies and minds. Noticing if that may have changed since the beginning of our practice. Noticing the rhythm of our breath and the rate our hearts are beating. And possibly setting an intention or an affirmation for the evening ahead, the days ahead. Now that we have some clarity of mind, and we've released a little bit of energy, remembering that what we put out to the universe will come back to us. So to bring gratitude, love, compassion, and peace to others, it will surely come back to us. When you're ready, go ahead and roll the body back up over top of the hips, pressing hands into the earth, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders, neck, and head. Once again, reaching the hands behind the back, rolling shoulders, lifting the chest, gentle back bend. Coming out of that, gently bringing our hands to heart center. And taking a moment to give thanks for the opportunity to practice the strength of our bodies and the determination of our minds. Thank you for taking this time with me today. Namaste.